Heart Smart Home Cooking is brought to you by the Heart and Stroke Foundation of Manitoba, finding answers for life. Today on Heart Smart Home Cooking, we are joined by Jennifer Wojcik, who is a nutrition manager at Heart and Stroke Foundation of Manitoba. And Jennifer, it looks like we have a lot of fish here. So I imagine we're creating some type of fish dish.
We are, yes. We're making a cumin crusted fish, and this is a really simple fish recipe that has tons of flavor with limited sodium and fat.
Now, this is of course a good thing to have, limiting the sodium and the fat in your diet on a daily basis?
Absolutely. 10 Manitobans die each day from heart disease and stroke, so making healthy food choices that are low in sodium and fat, such as the recipe we're making today, can help reduce your risk of developing heart disease and stroke.
Okay, so how can we get started?
Okay, well, we're going to start by heating up half a tablespoon of canola oil in our skillet on about a medium-high heat.
Okay.
And while we wait for that to heat up, we'll mix together our spices.
All right.
So we're going to have a variety of spices today. We're going to add some ground cumin, paprika, some lemon pepper, thyme, and some salt. So, Bob, I'll get you to pour those all into that bowl right there.
Okay, now as I'm adding all this stuff in, I noticed that you have lemon pepper and salt. Now, traditionally, lemon pepper is usually salty, so why are we doing that?
Yeah, well, I tricked you today. The lemon pepper we're using today actually doesn't contain any salt. It's sodium-free, which helps reduce the sodium content of this recipe. And you know what? To further reduce the sodium content, you can choose not to add the table salt as well.
So now it's just a matter of
just
mixing
mix
this
that
together.
up, and I'll take these out of the way.
So this is, if anybody's familiar with barbecuing, you'd recognize this as a dry rub.
Exactly, yeah. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our spice mixture and we're going to rub it across the fillets of our fish here, and that's what's going to give it its great flavor.
Okay. Now, what we have with fish these days, you hear a lot about fish being, well, very good for you, and there's a certain type of fat, I believe, that is actually even better for you than what was initially thought?
Yeah, well, fish contains omega-3 fats, and omega-3 fats are important because they help prevent both heart disease and stroke, because they prevent our blood from sticking and clotting. And they also help lower triglycerides, which is a type of fat that's found in our blood. So the Heart and Stroke Foundation, as well as Canada's Food Guide, both recommend eating fish twice a week for their heart health benefits.
Now, we just rub this in gently. We don't want to be too aggressive?
Yeah, you just need to rub it in gently, and you also want to do it on both sides. So once the first side's coated, you can flip it over.
Okay. Looking forward to this. This
smells great
smells
already.
great, yeah, just the spices alone. Now, I noticed that you have a couple of different types of fish here. We're working with pickerel right now, but is there, when we go to the supermarket, is there a certain type of fish that we should be looking for that is actually higher in omega-3 content?
Yeah, well, some fish do contain higher levels of omega-3 fats. The fattier fish, so for example, the salmon and the rainbow trout that we have plated there, as well as mackerel, sardines, and herring contain higher amounts. But you know, it's important to have a variety of fish in your diet. So the pickerel we've chosen today, it's a nice local fish, so it's a great choice. And like I said, eating fish twice a week is part of a heart-healthy diet.
Now, what if you're not a big fan of fish? Is there some type of alternative to getting your omega-3s?
Yeah, well, there's certain other examples of food that contain omega-3 fats. The canola oil that we're cooking with today contains omega-3, as well as flaxseed, walnuts, and pecans are other examples.
Okay, it looks like we've got our fish
our
fairly
fish is
well
ready
coated.
to go.
Now, all we have to do is just put them in the pan here, is that right?
And I'll get you to first just kind of rub the oil around the pan there so it's nice and coated.
Now again, this is only about a tablespoon?
Just half a tablespoon of canola oil. It's a small amount, and it's really all you need.
Okay, and again, we're at a medium...
A medium-high heat, yes.
So you just take the fish like this.
Perfect.
And just lay it in there. There we go.
Nice sizzle. So we're going to cook the fish really only a couple minutes on each side until both sides are browned and the center is nice and white in the middle. And that'll depend on how thick your fish is as well, how long you'll need to cook it for.
Now, the fish I usually catch never appear to be this big. a nice size fillet.
Perfect.
Okay, so again, roughly 2 or 3 minutes each side?
Exactly, yeah.
Terrific. Okay, so a number of minutes have passed by and it's starting to smell really, really good and look just terrific. It's just a beautiful piece of fish there.
It does. It looks great. So you can see it's nice and brown, and it is brown on both sides. And I'll just borrow this fork here. And if you just cut it in the middle there, you can see it's nice and flaky and white, which is just how we want it. It's perfect.
Now, how would you make this a full meal?
Well, first we're going to finish off the fish. You can sprinkle some fresh parsley onto it if you'd like.
Of course.
And as well as some fresh lemon juice to give it a nice zip. And to finish the meal, you can add some wild rice and some vegetables and a glass of milk. And you got a quick and easy meal that's great for your heart and also contains all the 4 food groups according to Canada's Food Guide.
Okay, we'll get that little seed out of there. It always happens to me with the lemons. Well, this looks like a great meal. Thanks a lot for your time, Jennifer.
Thank you so much for having me.
If you want to find out more about this recipe and many others, you could log on to the Heart and Stroke Foundation's website at www.heartandstroke.mb.ca, and you can pick up their little booklet there, booklet Quick and Healthy Recipes for the Whole Family, which they can all enjoy. So if you also want to find out more about that, you can give them a call at 1-888-473-4636. Jennifer, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
This Heart Smart Home Cooking segment is made possible by the generous support from the Manitoba Canola Growers Association.